Okay, so by a show of hands, how many of you have been to a zoo before? Okay, so as many of you may have noticed, the majority of animals consist of primates like monkeys, apes, gorillas, bonobos, gibbons. And that being said, today I want to highlight for you the three major causes of endangered primates. As a current student of a biological anthropology class, I developed an interest in the reasons why primates are becoming extinct now. As some, most, or all of you may know, a scientific theory supports the hypothesis that primates may have once evolved, humans may have once evolved from monkeys. Therefore, primates should not be facing extinction because of habitat destruction, hunting, and live captures by humans themselves. Okay. One of the main and common reasons for endangered primates is habitat destruction. Humans have begun to take over territory that accommodates primates in their own habits. Most primates live in tropical or semi-tropical areas, and many of them are considered arboreal, meaning that they live in the trees or spend most of their time on trees. And this kind of environment leads to the kind of diet that the primates hold, which include leaves, fruits, and insects. Yet, after destructing their habitats, they are turned to rely on eating other primates, turning into like carnivores. According to a featured research by the Conservation International, mankind's closest relatives, the world's monkeys, apes, and other primates, are disappearing from the face of the earth, with some literally being eaten into extinction. The first comprehensive review in 5 years of the world's 634 kinds of primates found that almost 50% are in danger of going extinct, according to the criteria of the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. Primates' habitats being destructed by burning and clearing of tropical forests definitely illustrates the effect on primates themselves and others. Okay, so aside from their habitat destructions, primates also face extinction because of hunting for food. Humans have developed a kind of taboo that involves eating non-human primates. As defined by Tia Goes, a life science staff writer, bushmeat hunting, or hunting of meat from wild animals, may also be transforming the rainforests in Africa. In West Africa, bushmeat hunting has become a serious problem in order to feed the growing population. Not only are primates hunted for food, but they are also hunted for live capture. People have grown accustomed to primates being displayed in local zoos, yet they don't realize what the primates went through in order to end up in a cage rather than their natural habitat. Live captures of primates for export and local trade have risen over the years. Primates are placed in zoos for entertainment, in laboratories for research, and they are also adopted as exotic pets. According to PETA, or the for the ethical treatment of animals, every year in the U.S., more than 125,000 primates are imprisoned in laboratories where they are abused and killed in invasive, painful, and terrifying experiments. These primates are primarily used for research where experimenters perform cruel experiments, mainly because of the fact that primates share biological and psychological characteristics with humans. Other life captures involve exotic pet trade, in which baby primates are ripped from their mother's arms, and in most cases resulting in the murder of their mothers in order to attain the babies. Most of you may have fallen into the stereotype that gorillas are aggressive, but they're only aggressive when being attacked or when they are trying to take their babies from their arms. That's why most of them actually die, and the babies are actually left holding their mother's finger or thumb. Primates are becoming endangered because of human destruction. People are annihilating their habitats, hunting them for food, as well as for live captures that have no benefits for the primates themselves. The lack of knowledge or common sense is leading to their extinction, meaning that we too may become the endangered primates. As anthropology tries to prove that human beings have evolved from them, their survival is key to our existence.
No, it'll be kind of written in all kind of colorful letters.
Andrew, you here? What did you think?
She got us to interact in the beginning, so that was one thing I was just looking at. She gave out her preview and then her thesis also, and then she gave out the main points she didn't give. She gave good visuals. I didn't know that primates ate other monkeys, though they would just eat plants all day. But she did give out really good examples and what causes for primates nowadays. Then at the end, she gave out how monkeys are the key for our survival, for our existence.
Okay, well, I'm not a big fan of the audience survey thing, but it worked okay here. I think one of the things that you do with that, you create a dilemma for yourself because you use it as an attention device so that people will know what the primates are and where they, that they are in fact threatened. But you also, at the end, you're making an argument that says that very act that everybody was doing at the beginning is, one of the things that is wiping out the primates because they're being ripped from their native habitats. So it's sort of an awkward dilemma that you put yourself in at the beginning of the speech. I thought you had a pretty clear purpose statement for your speech. There's a good justification. The preview could have been a little bit sharper, but the body of the speech was clear. You had a combination of things that you did. You did a good job labeling the destruction of the habitat and the hunting issue and the live capture as the main sources of why primates are threatened. why they're part of endangered species. It would be interesting to know if there's a way that you could break down, because you mentioned at one point you had a good statistics that 50% of all primates are on the brink of extinction. So are those the primates, for instance, that have gotten in that situation because they are being hunted, or because their habitat's gone, or because they are being alive captured and then experimented on or displayed in zoos, that sort of thing? I think there needs to be a little bit more integration between those pieces of information. But you did a pretty good job there. I'd be careful about citing PETA because they are an advocacy group and they are an extremist advocacy group, and there's a lot of information that they use that is perfectly valid that you could find someplace else and not end up with PETA stink all over you, so.
Yeah, there was a video and I was going to show it, but I just decided to.
Yeah, and it's probably a good idea because look, they're they have their beliefs, their philosophy. They've got a lot of stuff that they do that people can identify with and relate to, but they're also crazy. So you got to be a little, like I said, you got to be a little bit careful about that. And like I said, the vast majority of the factual stuff, you can get that information in other places also. So that would be my suggestion, because I think they've kind of tainted their brand over the years. The visuals I thought were pretty effective. I especially thought that the imagery of the habitat being decimated was pretty effective at explaining why arboreal animals are going to have a difficult time surviving, because there's no place for them to live. It's all been wiped out. And you've got that picture of the road that's, there's nothing there. Everything's been wiped out. What would be helpful would be to know, this would be a good place, for instance, to show places in Africa where that's happening, populations of primates that had disappeared as a consequence. There might be some maps or something along those lines that would have fit in there as well. I think that Andrew was impressed with the imagery, or I shouldn't say impressed, maybe he's depressed. I was depressed with the imagery of the animals eating each other and the hunting thing. So those are strong images, and they'll be memorable in the speech. All right, thank you.
Are they trained?